help you? Oh yes, you're right on time. It's not an appointment, just a class, but yes, I'll admit there are brownie points for promptness. So have you taken previous courses here before? Yeah. So you're looking to be certified? Good. That sounds great, really great. A lot of opportunities are open for this field right now. Yes. You've taken the history and reference classes then? Alt therapy? Yeah. Then I won't bore you with the historical spiel. Don't worry about that. So, what was your name, by the way? Oh, great. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Rachel. Rachel Anderson. Professor Anderson's probably on your schedule right there. Yeah, but don't worry. You don't have to call me Professor. Rachel is just fine. Honestly, I like it better. How? Oh, those who can't do, teach, am I right? Actually, I had a thing back in the day. Nothing groundbreaking, I assure you. I just felt that it was very important to sort of build a higher aspiration than my own small agendas. I wasn't really doing anything much as it is, so I'm much more suited for teaching, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Lovely, really. Before we begin, I have a few things for you. This, I want you to sign here. Put some basic contact information, email, preferred name, on all those lines, see? Yes, and I have a few things for you to read. This is like a syllabus. We're not really going to go over it, but you can look at it. This is a brief course, but there are still some ground basics that I'd really like to hit, and here, hang on, here is your book. I know it's not a textbook, it's more of a handbook. It was paid for in your class fees, so no worries on that. You're not required to read it cover to cover in my class, but I can assure you that you'll be very grateful for it in later courses, and if you really are interested in pursuing any sort of well-rounded career in ASMR, it might come in hand. This is the fundamental guide to autonomous sensory meridian response therapy. It is a bit of a mouthful, but very straightforward. It contains original writings from people like Maria and Paul and several psychologists and hypnotherapists. Really the best, most hands-on approach, I think. Yes, anyway, I'll let you finish working on filling out some of that information while I give you a general overview. Does that seem okay? Okay. Well, this is Intro to ASMR Therapy. The goal is to build a framework on how to best administer alternative therapies like ASMR. Lots of people move from this point, like you said you were interested in doing, to the more creative aspects of ASMR. The ASMR artists, yes. It's nice to have a core class like this in your background, even for that. It's a bit like meridian color theory, I like to think, a bit exhaustive, repetitive, basic, but perhaps you'll find some useful aspects out of it. You'll probably notice that I'm speaking a little strangely, a little soft. I'll probably whisper a lot. This whole class is called the Quiet Hall because in some rooms ASMR is being administered and we generally like to keep the volume quiet and the energy positive, you know? Yes. I'm also working to help you develop your own ASMR language, so to speak, and in the same way a foreign language teacher might communicate primarily in the language from the first day on, I will do as well. I want you to feel comfortable in these voice tones. I also want you to be able to listen to people speak this way without getting too distracted. So that leads me to a bit of a personal question, if you don't mind me asking. Are you ASMR positive? Yes, okay. Type A or type B? Okay. That's fine. I'm glad that you are, but many ASMR artists and ASMR therapists do not experience the response, and that's fine as well. I think it's to your advantage to be able to understand triggers on that level, but really it's not necessary. Okay, let's see. You'll have my class twice a week. You're the only student. It keeps with the personal attention quality that really is very necessary. There will be a couple volunteers that will come in a few times during the semester, and they'll basically stand as test subjects. We like to be able to grade you from a non-academic level and more field level on the job perspective occasionally, and that's why we have them. We'll talk more on that at a later time, though. Oh, okay. You're done with that page? Yeah, great. I'll take it right now. Okay. What I'd really like to do now is to go over your handbook in sections with you. Give you sort of an overview at the various things we'll be working on in later weeks. Do you think you have time for that? Okay, good. Okay. As I said, lots of different voices are brought in the handbook, testimonies, experiences, words from the groundbreakers. There's this history section here. I'm not sure you're... Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with that. It's a nice good read. I'll not go over that really this semester unless you breeze through the material too quickly, so heads up on that. It might pay to go slow. And, some science stuff, synesthesia. Yeah, then we get into the ASMR specialist trade rules and stuff. A lot of diplomatic yammerings, but right here is the Code of Ethical ASMR Conduct, which was conceived by S.G. Collins when the whole thing started getting institutionalized. I know you're pretty well aware of it already, but it is one of the most important factors in the education, and everyone who becomes certified will have to swear by it. So, we will go over it. I'll try to make it at least a little fun and not that repetitive, to the best of my ability, I promise. Okay. Then we get into the actual practices, the fun stuff. A brief overview of meridian hypnosis therapy. Some hypnosis techniques. Tapping, scratching. Then there's even this strange article about objectum sexuality in here, which it's not related, not in that way, but it does pose an interesting idea, and I might actually ask you to read it for a discussion when we get there, simply because it's interesting. And I just want to mention that the whole thing about the nails is completely... I'm not even sure why it's a thing, you know? I will not require you to grow your nails out or paint them. Your expression and honesty go far further than how your nails look. I just want you to work on getting the sound the best you can. Right? Yeah. Okay. And now, the whisper and soft-spoken techniques. Before we go on, Bob Ross once said that when he was on camera, he imagined that he was speaking to one person intimately. Not necessarily sensually, but intimately. That was the motivation for how he spoke, the trademark trigger voice for closet ASMR positive people since the beginning. Considering that Bob Ross is something of a patron saint of ASMR, I like to make reference to this before even opening that part of the textbook. Imagining your motivation like that is the most important quality to good delivery, in my opinion. Anyway, there are a lot of good things in this section of the book. How to manipulate your voice in certain ways, the differences between feminine and masculine voices, accents. Okay, personal attention and the maternal quality. I'm not sold on some of the theories presented here, but we'll go over them anyway. Understanding how to give personal attention is really one of the most important aspects here, but how you do it, well, that's all you. No book is going to be able to tell you how, okay? It ends on speculation to the future of the ASMR industry and to the kind of current idea of reassigning the ASMR spectrum to encompass pretty much everyone and how you experience. Yeah, it's all speculation on I'm not sure if we'll have time to cover that, but that doesn't matter so much. I imagine that at some point you'll have time to look at it for yourself. Okay. Here you go. Now the book is yours. Try not to lose it. Your fees don't cover a replacement, so next time it'll be straight out of your pocket. Well, I'm not sure that I have much else to say at the moment. Oh, my email address, I forgot to mention. When I wrote up that syllabus, I totally forgot on getting my contact information there. So here, can I have that page back? Oh, thank you. Okay, that's Triggered Symphony, 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 at gmail.com. Okay. I don't really give out any more information than that, but yes, I usually have a pretty consistent turnaround time as far as emails are concerned. Like everyone else, I'm addicted to it, I know. If you're going to be late or miss a day of class, please try to let me know. I don't want to sit here for an hour waiting for my only student not to show up, okay? We're all very busy, I understand. Okay. Okay, so that's about it. I know there's a lot of time left in the class hour, but I don't have anything else to say at the moment. I don't really want to start the curriculum today. So, would you like to leave now? Nowhere else to go? Oh, well, I suppose you could always head to the Trigger Lab. It's at the end of the hallway. And check out what's new on Whisper Hut website. Yeah. That lab has the best, newest headphones designed specifically for triggers, so yeah, I highly recommend it if you haven't. No, well, it's just at the end of the hall. Last door on your left. Think you'll be able to find it? Good. Yeah, thank you. I'm sure this semester will go well. I'm so excited to have you in my class. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Well, have a good rest of the day. You too. See you again soon.